I'm Orlando Caesar. If you ask me how I'm doing on any given day, my response will be between great and fantastic. Because I realized a long time ago that it's great to be alive, and we have a fantastic opportunity to make a difference. We have a fantastic opportunity to justify our presence in this world, to find our purpose, and to live up to our potential. One of the things that I've noticed in over 30 years of observing human behavior is the value of competition and the influence of competition on everything that we do. Competition is everywhere. If something is of value, there's a line around the block of people who want that. There are often times when something is of perceived negligent as far as value is concerned, but yet people want it anyway. So you have to realize that if you're going to get something in this world, if you're going to arrive at and achieve your dreams, you're going to have to get there in a competitive environment. Now, in watching competition and competitors over these many years, there are generally at least 6 ways that I see people respond to competition. The first one is they compete. People decide that they want to be in it to win it. Whatever it takes to win the prize, to be standing up on the podium, to get the medal, to get the prize, to get the purse, to get the guy, to get the girl. Whatever it takes, they're going to be there to do whatever is required. They will make the sacrifice. They'll put in the long hours. They will do everything. From an educational standpoint, they will learn as much as they can. They'll get good grades. They want to compete. And that's kind of like where you want to be. Number one, they compete. But then, secondly, I noticed that there are a lot of people who concede. Now, these individuals, they've given up. They have, as the military would say, ROAD, they retired on active duty. They have said, uncle, they've surrendered, but they may not want anybody to know. You may have people in your class who feel this way. You may have people on your team who feels this way. You notice by their actions, by their productivity or lack of productivity, these people have conceded. They've thrown in the towel. And far too often, we see people concede when everybody needs for them to be actively engaged in the game. And then you find people who condemn. Now, these people are dangerous. They watch somebody else doing it and they talk about them. They have names for them. They ridicule them. You've seen people like that. They're always talking about somebody else. They're trying to condemn them. They're trying to tear them down. They're trying to say that they don't deserve what they've gotten. And there's some way they have been able to fool the system to get whatever they are moving toward. These folks are dangerous. They don't want to do the work. They don't want you to know that they've given up, but they talk about everybody else. You want to say to them sometimes, will you please step out of the way and allow me and others to accomplish our goals and our dreams? And then you have those folks who conform. Now, conform is interesting. Conform could go one or two ways. If you are conforming to excellence, if you ascribe to the fact that excellence is the expectation and you're giving it all that you can, if you're conforming to rules and regulations and standards that are going the right way, then that's good. That kind of conformity is the right kind of conformity because you're running with the right crowd. You're hanging with those folks who have their eyes on excellence, who have their eyes on the prize. But then there's that group that conform to whatever the flavor is of the day. Whenever the wind is blowing in a different direction, they're there. They're conforming to an element that is not focused on success, that is not focused on achievement. They are going along with other folks that are condemning others, and they've conceded. So that particular person, if you're conforming to excellence and high standards, that's fantastic, and I applaud you. And we need more people doing that. And then you have folks who complain. They don't have the answer to any question, any problem. They're complaining, nah, this is not right, this is broken. They're talking about people all the time. All they're doing, they're not coming with any solutions, just complaining. Excuses all the time. I used to say to folks, don't come to me with excuses. Don't come to me with just idle talk about how bad things are. On occasions, come to me with a solution for something. And that's what you want to do. You want to stay away from folks who complain all the time. It's okay if you have a legitimate point to make that something is not going well. We need people out there who can selectively point out when things need to improve. Those individuals, that action is fine. But if you're just complaining just to hear yourself talk, we don't need that. We actually need less of that. And then you have people, we used to say all the time when we were working with the competition, if we had something that they didn't have, if we were superior in our sales, if we were superior in our strategy, and they could not objectively combat us or fight us or compete with us, they would confuse things. We would say if they can't compete, they try to confuse. They start chaos. They start pandemonium. They start a ruckus. Anything to distract from the focus, what the focus should be of the moment. Anything to keep you away from doing the right thing, being on the road to the right objective. Those individuals, you see them all the time, they confuse things. They start mess. They start noise. They start nonsense. So, as I said earlier, when I see people in the face of competition, there are 6 ways that people respond. And I think you need to ask yourself, how are you responding today to competition? Are you in it to win it? Are you avoiding giving up? Are you really staying in there with the fight? Are you fighting the temptation to blame somebody else or put somebody else down because they may be achieving more than you? Are you conforming to high standards of excellence? Are you minimizing complaining unless you come up with something legitimate that has to be rectified? And then when you bring that particular claim to somebody, come with a solution? And then confusion. Stay away from confusion. Don't cause confusion. Keep the mind focused. Keep your energy focused on competing the right way. Because as I said earlier, the world is getting more and more competitive. And you need to come up with the right game plan to be in there, in it to win it at a very high level of performance. Remember, BEST. Be excellent. Start today. Thank you.